Okay, so this is the example on page 94 of the energy consumption. Now, the book have actually made a pretty elementary error here. Well, whoever did this visualization in the book, and I actually this might help you understand the graph actually a little bit more. So the idea is we're doing an area plot, and we're trying to plot different types of basically fuel consumption in the US and looking how it changes over time. Now let's just do what the book does. So we're going to select everything. And we're actually going to use the full chart thing this time. So we've got recommended charts. We're going to click all charts. And the nice thing about actually doing it this way is it actually gives you some different ideas about the data series. It kind of gives you two or three guesses rather than just guessing how the data is. And we're going to do the stacked area. And you see the first one actually has the year as a series we don't want. So we actually just want the second one here. Now, this is exactly what's in the book on page 94. And what they're trying to show, the idea of this chart is you'll show the components, and because they're stacked on top of each other, you will also get the total. And what the book is saying is that, okay, fossil fuels is about 50% of fuel consumption, but you look at the data and that's not true. And the error is we've done fossils and then we've done total, which is fossils and non-fossils, and put it on top of the fossils. So we've got fossils twice. So that's just what's in the book. So that's not what we should be doing with this type of chart. So let's just actually have a new one and call it non-fossil fuels consumption. And that's just going to be, so it's just going to be the total minus the fossil fuels. And let's just kind of drag that down. Now let's just do let's just select everything. Now let's just do the same graph, but using the fossil fuels and non-fossil fuels. And let's just do insert. We'll do it as before. We're gonna just pick our own area. This is the stacked area. And we're going to do it the same as before. And this is what actually we should have, in that we see the fossil fuels in the first year, which was 1949, was pretty much, there's about 10% that was non-fossil fuels. And honestly, that hasn't changed. And in fact, the proportion of fossil fuels didn't really change. In fact, fossil fuels went up a little bit. And non-fossil fuels was less than 10%. But now, with the focus more on environmentally friendly technology, you see here, as we get to the latest year, non-fossil fuels is about 20%. So let's just go with this. And let's just make the area a little bit bigger. And we're going to call this energy consumption. And I don't know what unit this is in, so I'm just going to call it consumption. Let's add the chart element, axis titles, primary vertical. And we'll just say consumption in some unit. We'll just put consumption. And then obviously, we don't have to select, it doesn't really matter what we select, but add chart element, actual titles, primary horizontal is going to be the year. And there we have it. And you can see here, we go through this period where the proportion really didn't change very much. But as we get to the modern times, the last, say, 10, 15 years, the non-fossil consumption has changed kind of quite a bit. So we could actually change it, and the 100% stacked area, this would actually give the actual proportion as 100%. So here you can actually see you lose the information of the total, but you can actually see the proportion. See, as I said, it started off initially up to the 70s, fossil fuels actually grew relative to non-fossil fuels, but then this has declined over time. But that's not the graph we wanted, so we'll just click the back button, and there we have the graph.